So we're going to be going through today some of the little pointers, okay? And we're going to be discussing how road safety can be achieved for all of us, okay? So the pastors have already told you who I am, okay? My name is Joel, okay? I'm from the Northwest London Portuguese Church, which is also known as Kensal Rise in Northwest, and I'm also Portuguese, okay? So I want you guys, if you can, okay? I want you guys to comment in the chat, okay? Boa tarde. Boa tarde means good afternoon in Portuguese. Boa tarde, okay? Good afternoon to all you guys as well. And if you want, you can also comment down below how to say good afternoon in your own language, okay? It'll be great for me to see all the different languages that we have over here. I'm looking for the...
Okay. All right, guys, is there anybody? Yeah, share. That's a good idea. Share how you would say good afternoon in your own language today. Let's give us a minute quickly to do that. Share good afternoon in your own language. All right, mole banje. What language is that? Tell us also which country that comes from, okay? When you share the language, tell us also what country it is. Mole banje. Dobar dan. Oh, that's from Serbia. Oh, well done. Okay, so I should put in mine as well then, yes? There we go. That's from South Africa. Goeiemiddag. Maswera say Zimbabwe. Bon dia. Lichonile, Zimbabwe. Debele. Hola. Haha, that's Spanish, right?
Should be, yeah.
Yeah. Good. So it's good that we're not only joining from other countries, but we also join different languages, right? So good. That's a good one. Thanks, Joe. Masera say. Okay.
For sure. Yeah, it's great to see so many people from such different places. I gotta say that road safety is actually a little bit different in every single country. But there are some things about road safety that are not different. And those things we're going to be very clear about today. These things do not change from country to country. Okay, so boa tarde, good afternoon to all you guys. And boa tarde, bom sábado for all the Portuguese pathfinders that are watching. Okay, so you've already commented, so thanks very much. Okay, so welcome to my driving school today. And I've also been given confirmation by the BUC that this is the first adventurous driving school to have ever existed in the world. So what privilege do we have now? All right. Okay. So you have a worksheet. There are roughly 4 requirements, and I'm going to make it very clear. If you see it in a yellow box like this, that means it's a requirement on the worksheet. Okay. So the first one is to explain 10 road signs. Now, I've got to be honest with you guys. There are way more than 10 signs out there. But I've chosen some 10 signs that I bet that you've seen on your way to school and to church, okay? And we're gonna be looking at 10. But I'm gonna give you a top tip, a secret tip between me and you here, okay? If it's a circle, then it's an order. You must follow what's on there. If it's a triangle, then it's a warning, right? Circle for orders and triangle for warnings, all right? Keep that in mind. So here's the first one. Ready? Look at this. What do you think this is? It's circular, it's red, and it says something on there. Can you see what it says on there? It says, do not enter. What do you think that means? Comment down in the chat. What do you think this sign means?
All right, guys, what do you think that means? What do you think that red circle means do not enter?
I think it means do not enter.
Pretty clever.
Am I getting
it's simple,
there?
Right? Yes.
That's very correct. That's very correct. So here we go, guys. As a general rule of thumb, as a general rule in road safety, if it is red, it means don't. It means stop. It means be very careful of what's ahead. So this sign means red, stop. You can't go into this road, whether you're on a car or whether you're on a bike, okay? It's for vehicles only. So if you are walking, you can still walk. But if you're in a car or a bike, you must not enter in here. Is that clear?
Yeah.
Thumbs up? Great. Let's go on to number 2. Number 2 is not a circle. it's a triangle, which means it's a warning. Now, where have you seen this sign before? Do you know? Have you seen it? Oh, I'm seeing here in the chat, Samuel and Michael are saying they've seen it in school. That's
yes.
right. That's very correct. That's very right. So this sign is actually a school zone or a school ahead sign. It warns people that are driving that there are little children walking across the street trying to get to school. It's a very important sign. And I want you guys to keep your eyes peeled. When you go to school, look out for the school sign, see if you can spot it. Okay? So drivers have to slow down when they come to the school zone. Okay? That was our first triangle sign. And now we're going back to what kind of sign? A circle sign. What is this sign? What is this thing over here in the middle? You guys have one of these?
All right, guys, keep chatting in the, if you know what that is.
Keep chatting, of course.
Yeah, it's a bike.
A bike. Right, right. So what do you think this means?
What do you think it says? What do you think it says, guys?
Okay. Remember, circle signs are orders. And this sign is cycling prohibited. I want our adventurers and pathfinders to be very careful of this sign, because I know a lot of you pathfinders and adventurers have bikes. But when you see this sign, you cannot drive or ride your bicycle into this
you
road.
are so mean. You think that you have all the places.
It is prohibited. Cycling not allowed on this road. That's number 3, guys. Okay? And number 4, we're going back to triangles. Where have you seen this sign before? Comment down where you've seen this sign before.
Okay, what do you think, guys?
Hey, Pastor Clifford, but if you're able, just unmute your microphone, Pastor Clifford. And Joel as well.
Okay. Is that okay? Yep. All right, guys. Anybody? Joel, you need to unmute yourself too.
Sure, got it.
Okay.
Thank you, Pastor.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm seeing people saying at zebra crossings, crossing roads. Okay, so you guys are way ahead. You guys are so specific. You're already calling out different types of crossings. So this sign isn't specific to any type of crossing, but you're correct. It's a crossing. It's a pedestrian crossing ahead. So pedestrian is just a fancy word for people that are walking, okay? Adults like to complicate things sometimes. So it just means people that are walking, and you will see this everywhere, okay? So it means that cars have to slow down on this road. One more time, cars have to slow down because it's a zone where you're able to cross the road. And for you guys that are walking with your parents, or even if you are starting to learn to walk by yourself now, you must keep your eyes open for this sign as well, because this is where you're going to use to cross the road. Okay? So, 5th sign. What is this? We're going back to circles. This one's a little bit more complicated. Maybe you haven't seen this one so often. Anybody have any idea whatsoever?
Okay. Anybody has an idea what that sign says, what it means? Okay, it says no cars or motorbikes.
All right, all right. I see Samuel and Michael are already experts in road safety. That's correct. It's a circle sign. Remember, top tip, circle signs are orders. And this sign over here means that you are not allowed to either ride a bike or a car in the road of the sign. Okay, so it's a very important sign to follow, especially if you are driving. Okay, and we're gonna have a little quiz to sort of refresh your mind over here, to get you a little bit open-eared. This over here, okay, this is called a crossing. It's a specific type of crossing, and we'll have a look at what type of crossing it is. But what kind of sign, what kind of road sign would you expect to see on this road? Think about the 5 different signs that we've talked about so far, and maybe have a guess in the chat if you can about what type of road sign you think you'd see here.
Okay, some say yes. Good, guys. Let's have it. Yeah, some say a triangle, which means a warning, right?
Yeah, it's a warning.
Yes.
Exactly.
A pedestrian crossing sign, some say, that you see on the road. Yep. Very good. These guys are good. Oh, some say a circle. But most of them say yes, that it's a triangle, which means which means a warning, right, Joel?
Correct. That's very correct, Pastor Hammond. And here we have what you would see over here would be exactly a pedestrian crossing. I even like that someone was able to say the word pedestrian. I know it's a little bit of a weird word, and maybe you haven't heard it before, but that's correct. A pedestrian crossing that we would see over here. Moving on. Number 6, this one, very clear. Okay, this was a bit of a weird one. It's not a circle, it's not a triangle. What is it? Correct? It's a little bit of a funny one. But yes, I see people commenting on the chat already. You guys have seen on this one all over the place. All right, someone's even commented it's an hexagon.
A hexagon, yeah.
Here we go. This is a stop sign. And this sign tells people who are on the road that they have to stop. It's actually to help the drivers know when they have to look out for danger. So it doesn't mean that they have to stop and stay there. That would be very silly, wouldn't it? To be stuck inside the road forever. But no, it means you have to stop on the road. You have to use your eyes and ears to scan the road and look for danger. And when it is finally clear and safe to go, then you can go, okay? This is the special sign. It's the stop sign. It's not a triangle and it's not a circle, okay? But it's still red. Remember, red usually means danger, okay? And number 7. If you've seen this sign before, you know how annoying it is. It is my least favorite of all the signs that I have over here. Comment down below what you think that you've seen this sign, and if you know what it is.
Okay, somebody says turn right, but when I know, where do you see it usually? Where do you see this diversion sign? You know, and what does it mean? What does diversion mean? I know it's one of my annoying signs too, Joel.
Yeah, for sure.
Turn right, says road closed. Usually when the road is closed, say yes.
Yes, that is not wrong, okay? So diversions happen when the road that we want to drive on, for whatever reason, is closed. It can be closed because of roadworks, or maybe there is a flood. I know a lot of counties here in London have been experiencing floods lately with the rain, and for that reason, the roads are closed. And when I was younger, I used to see this sign so regularly when I was on the bus, and I would have to call my mom saying, "Mom, I'm going to be late because the bus isn't going the way it was supposed to be." And just last week, I had to go and pick up my brother from school because of the same sign. I had to drive to go and get him. So this sign is very, very annoying, okay? A diversion sign. It means that you have to go around the road that you wanted to go, okay? We're almost there, guys. Almost there. 8. It's a blue sign. It's my favorite color. It's my favorite color, blue signs. Blue signs are information. We can relax. It is not a warning. There is no danger. It is not an order. We don't have to do anything. It's just information. What's that telling us? Oh, I see people on the chat already. You guys are too quick. You guys are too quick. That's true.
Hospital ahead.
Exactly, there is a hospital. Do you know why they have these signs? Because sometimes you need to find the hospital as quickly as possible. And these signs help us do that. They're nice, they're big, they're blue, they call out for our attention, and we can use them to guide us to get to the hospitals. So well done, guys. Well done for getting that. Okay, number 9. Someone already commented this one. We're going back to circles here. What is this saying? What do you think this is saying over here?
All right, what do you think it says there? Oh, somebody says be silent. Now, I think that's about the hospital, right? Yes. No left turn. Don't turn left.
Yes.
Somebody said yes.
No turning, no turning, no turning. Yes, this sign is very important. Sometimes there are roads where normal cars that our parents have, they can't go in there. Sometimes roads are just for buses, for example, and we can't go in there. So these signs tell us where we can turn or where we can't turn. Let me tell you guys, I learned to drive some 3 years ago, and it does not get easier, okay? The road is a very complicated place to be, and you need these signs. This sign is very useful. It means don't turn left, no left turn. All right, so well done for you guys. That's so quick on the draw there. And finally,
somebody in Facebook says that in America, the diversion sign is different. It says detour. Detour.
Of course, means, yes.
Yeah.
There's always a little bit of
way, right?
Language mix up, of course. Yes. This sign over here. A lot of people are already commenting already. It is true. It is a speed limit sign. And these signs are arguably, maybe it's different for different people, they're some of the most important signs on the road because they stop accidents from happening and they protect people like you and me walking on the street. Does anyone know what the speed limit that this sign is saying? What's the speed limit of this side here, of this sign here? 5.
What do you think? Yes, some says 5. 5 miles an hour.
5 miles per hour. In the country that I'm from Portugal, we actually don't use miles per hour. We use kilometers per hour. So it's a little bit confusing sometimes. But over here in the UK and as well in the United States, I'm sure, we use 5 miles per hour. You cannot.
So Joel, does 5 miles an hour mean we must drive minimum 5 miles an hour, or does it mean?
Yeah. So you can see over here on the sign. You see where it says under? It says do not exceed speed limit.
There's some talk about that.
Yeah. You know, there are some signs, there are blue signs that have a recommended speed. Those are the ones that you can go minimum of a certain speed, but you don't find them on normal roads. You usually find them on very fast roads, like motorways, for example. Okay, so here we go. Speed limit. You can't go over the speed that is on the sign. Here it is 5 miles per hour. Okay, and in the UK, they're very, very strict. They even have cameras on the road. If you do exceed, you can expect a very big fine at home. Okay, luckily I've never received one, but I know people who have, and they weren't too happy. Okay, quick fire round. Okay, I need you to tell me, comment in the chat or whichever way. What do you think this sign means? It's one of the 10 that we've looked at. Okay, so here we go, real quick. Boom.
Right, here's the test, guys. Here's the test. Quick. Okay, what does that say? Let's see who's get first. Who's first on the chat? Let's see who's first here. 1, 2, 3. Oh, some people are slow. Okay, diversion. Road close. Some say. So it was Samuel against your friend Samuel and Michael who was first in the chat.
Super quick. That's right. It's a diversion. Don't get it confused with road closed. Okay. There is a specific sign telling you that the road is closed. This sign says you can't use the road, you have to go around. Diversion or detour in America, as I've just learned. Okay, ready for the second one? Let's go.
Yeah.
Boom. What about this?
Who says that, guys? Let's see who's first. Again, Samuel and Michael. Oh, these guys are sharp, are fast. They say stop. All right. But the other guys, yep, you've been listening. Well done.
Super. Of course, it's our friend the hexagon, right? It's a stop sign. Yep. Correct. It's a stop sign. Very good. Let's go on. What about this one?
Let's see who's quick. Quick. What does it say on the chat? Oh, this time it's Jennifer from Bethel who got in first. She said no bicycles. No bicycles.
Jennifer from Sri Lanka, right? Awesome.
Ones are also coming in, saying yes.
Yes. Awesome. I think we have one more. Let's see. Yep.
Okay. Who's going to be first? Here. Yep. Pedestrians ahead was Alethea Benjamin. Got in first there. Well done, guys.
Exactly.
Pedestrian crossing ahead. Okay.
Pay special attention to this sign over here because we're going to be talking a whole lot more about crossings in the next slide. Okay. Here we go now. Crossing the road is requirement number 2 of the worksheet. So we're going to be talking about where you can cross the road safely. And I'm going to teach you the golden rule of all the golden rules in road safety. It goes like this. When you come to the road, to cross the road, the first thing you must do is stop. I want to see hands out. Come on, hands out. Stop. That's correct. Second thing that we do, we have to look with our eyes. And we scan the road. We look. Next up, we have to listen. We're listening to the cars, the traffic noise. And lastly, what do? We have to think. Okay? Let's do it all together again. Stop. Look.
Stop.
We're looking.
Look.
Cool. And now we are listening. And now we are thinking. Thinking with our thinking hats, right?
Okay.
I keep telling my brother, I have a younger brother, and I keep telling him, his name is Lucas. Lucas, you have to think. You have to put your thinking hat on. He tells me the thinking hat is permanently on, never comes off. I have some questions about that. But with you guys, I want to know that your thinking hat is always on, okay? Especially when you're out on the road. Okay. So here's my top tip over here on the right-hand corner. Always look both ways before crossing. And like I said, unlike the signs, this does not matter whether you're from, what is it, United Arab Emirates, USA, Sri Lanka, South Africa, UK, it doesn't matter. You stop, look, listen, and think before crossing the road. Okay? Let's look at this little video now.
Instructions. Choose a costume and practice crossing the road safely. What's this? Instructions. Teach each other how to stop, look, listen, and think. When you're crossing the road, stop, look, listen, and think. Stop.
All right, guys. Remember, stop, look, listen, and think. Okay. See daisies. Okay. Here we go. All right. Now, some of you guys were so keen. You guys were so quick, and you were already identifying the different types of crossing. Okay. Now, here's one of those crossings that you guys mentioned. Yeah. It's called the zebra crossing. Can you guess why it's called the zebra crossing? Why do you think it's called the zebra crossing? Is there a zebra on it? You know, my father used to tell me it's called a zebra crossing because it's a crossing that only zebras are allowed to cross. Okay, is that the case?
Because it's black and white, some say. Black and white pattern, okay. Like a zebra.
Because black and white. I can already see that some of you guys were smarter than I was when I was an adventurer. I've never seen a single zebra crossing the road. Okay. So you can see the little stripes that are on the ground. That's what makes it a zebra crossing. Okay. Not only that, do you see any signs around? There are no signs around. Okay. There's like a lamp over here and a lamp over there, so you can see the crossing. But there are no traffic lights anywhere and no road markings anywhere else, which means that the cars have to stop by themselves. Okay. So that means that you have to be extra careful over here. You have to be extra careful. So what's the first thing that we do? What's the first thing that we do, guys? Just saw it in the video. What was it? Remember? We stop, we look.
Stop, some says, yes.
Exactly. So the first thing that we do
Yep.
always, no matter what the crossing is, guys, we stop, look, and listen and think before crossing. Okay? But here in this crossing, you have to do an extra bit of thinking. You have to think, have the cars stopped? Are there any more cars coming? When the cars are fully stopped, guys, and only when they fully stopped, are you allowed to cross the road? Okay? When are you allowed to cross the road? When do we cross the road?
When there's no cars.
When there are no cars, when the cars are fully stopped. That's great. And also, guys, there is no need to run. There is never any situation where you need to run across the road. Trust me, guys, there'll be another bus coming. When I was your age, I used to get so annoyed that the bus was coming and I was going to miss it. It doesn't matter. There's always another bus coming ahead. There's no point in running. So I want you guys in the chat to tell me who's going to receive this red sign over here. Who am I going to give it to? Am I going to give it to Usain Bolt over here? Or am I going to give it to this fella over here? Who's going to get it? Who do we think?
The red card.
Who do we think? Who's going to get it? Look at the sign. Where's it going? Where's it going to go?
All right, guys, who's going to give it to? Who's going to give the guy the red saying? Oh, somebody said Usain Bolt, yes.
Correct. There we go.
Yes,
Usain Bolt.
Red guy.
Yes. I'm a very big fan of Usain Bolt, but I gotta say, he's not very good at crossing the road. Not in this scenario. He's not crossing the road very well. So we have to give him a cross there. All right? Cool. What about this? I know you've seen this before. All right? What are these things called? What are they called, guys? Comment down below. What are they called? Tell me if they're called something different in your country.
Traffic lights. Stop lights.
Okay.
Traffic lights.
Yes. Traffic lights, traffic lights. In Portugal, we call them semáforo. Semáforos.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
There we go.
Somebody just said robots. That's exactly what I was going to say. In South Africa, I don't know why, but we call them robots.
Wow. That's such a cool name. I wish we called them robots. Okay. So who's going to tell me? Who's going to comment down below what the red light is for? Who knows? Who knows exactly? Stop. Okay. People say.
What's the red light for? Stop. Samuel and Michael again. Quick. Yep.
Very quick. And where I'm from, we call this light in the middle amber. Some people call it yellow. But this amber color, what is it for? Do people know? I think people are not exactly sure what the amber light is for.
Slow down.
Yeah, yeah. Get ready, get ready. Of course.
Slow down. Get
ready. Yes, yes, yes. And you know, the amber light is actually a light that introduces the next light, which is the green light. And what does the green light do, guys? Green means go. I see people putting it straight away. They love going. They're ready to go. Green's the best, right? Of course. Yeah. Here we go. Stop, wait, and go. I gotta say though, a lot of people, oh no, someone here is saying green means drive real fast. That's not the case, guys. That's not the case. That's not the case. And I also gotta say, someone was saying that these traffic lights are for cars. That's not true. Traffic lights are for anyone, any person. We actually have specific traffic lights for pedestrians, and I'll show you a picture of one of them in a minute. Okay? So the amber light lets you know that the light is about to turn green. So what this means is you only have to wait just a little bit longer for all of those impatient adventurers out there. I know a few, okay? You have to wait just a little bit longer to go, okay? And now we're putting them both together. Now I'm sure everyone who's not from the UK is looking at this very confused. What is a pelican crossing or a puffin crossing? I mean, you think with so many animals in road safety here in the UK, it was just a whole zoo, right? So many animals. Does anyone know what the pelican crossing is for?
Anybody know what the pelican crossing is for?
Any idea? Anyone have any idea what the pelican crossing is? If you're not from the UK, you can guess. You can just guess. Let me tell you, your guess is as good as mine. Okay. Okay. Let me show you. Do you guys see a zebra here?
No.
Zebras. We don't see the black stripes. There are no zebras here. No black stripes. But actually what we do see is our friends' traffic lights, right? These crossings have traffic lights, which means you have to press a button before you cross, okay? It's very different because you have to press a button and you have to wait for the light to turn green and then you can cross. But let me tell you, this specific one over here is actually not a pelican crossing. It's a puffin crossing. Can you guys spot the puffin? A puffin is a bird, by the way. Can you find the puffin? Where's the puffin? Let me know in the comment section if you found the puffin. Yes?
Yes, someone says yes, we found the puffin.
Yeah, I see some thumbs up also out here. Right, yes, look, we have a fella over here eating an ice cream, another fella in the blue jacket, two girls and a lady here with more ice cream, and then who's this imposter over here? Who's this intruder? Have you seen a puffin in the roads of central London? I haven't. Okay. You see a puffin, guys, is an island in the middle of a crossing. This crossing over here has an island, and that's called a puffin. That's what we mean here in the UK. Puffin crossing. Okay. All of you guys who are foreign, you've just learned something about the UK. We have puffin crossings. Okay? Now, what do we have to pay attention when we're crossing the road over here? Nothing's changed, guys. You must always stop, look, listen, and think. Always. But this time, you must also press a button. I know we love pressing buttons. So you have to press this button over here. Okay? And this is a specific pedestrian traffic light. Do you see? It actually doesn't really have an amber. Sometimes it does. Sometimes in the middle over here, there's a yellow man, but sometimes there isn't. It's just red and green. But you gotta promise me, guys, you don't go when it's red. You go when it's green. Okay? Awesome. Puffin crossings, amazing. One more video.
When I go to school, I find a safer place to cross the road. When I ride my scooter, I always wear a helmet. When I go to school, I stay safer on the pavement. When I driven to school, I had to sit on my car seat and do up my seat belt. When I walk to school, I always hold the grown-up's hand. When I walk to school, I stop, look, listen, think. Stop, look, listen, think. Stop, look, listen, think. If you want to keep everybody safe, then stop, look, listen, think. All the cars and buses are busy on the street. You're safe upon the pavement. It's the best place for your feet. But if you want to cross that road, then you must take care. Try to find a crossing
if you're anything like me, that song will be stuck in your head for the next month. Okay, I saw a lot of you bobbing your head along with that. Okay, let me introduce you guys to the road safety checklist. This is at the bottom of your worksheet, and I'm not going to go through it too much now because I want you guys to do this as for homework. I want you guys to look in your local area, in your school, maybe in church when it opens up again, and you can do a little assessment. Is there a zebra crossing where I can cross? Good. What are the traffic lights like? What are they like in the road that I'm on? Do you see a triangle for a school zone? Do you see a 20-mile-an-hour maximum speed limit sign? Or do you see these funny little zigzag things that we have here in the UK that you don't find anywhere else as long as I'm aware? This means the cars can't stop here, okay? Cars are not allowed to stop on this road, okay? So you have that with you, so you can go and do your own safety assessments. Awesome. Quick game. I want you guys to use the chat function again to let me know if I'm allowed to cross or not. It's a simple game, cross or not. Let me know. Look at this road over here. Should I cross? I mean, I love his shorts. They're great shorts. But what do we think about the situation with the cars? Look how busy it is. Yeah, people are saying not.
Not.
Yeah, definitely not.
Not.
Definitely not. Yes, you guys have very level heads on you. Well done. This is a definite not. Okay. What about this one? Is it a safe time to cross? What do we think?
Some says wait, some says not. Not.
Yeah.
Definitely not.
That's a not from me as well, guys.
Yeah.
You see the button over here in the UK, when you press the button, it actually goes red on the bottom of here. So they haven't even pressed the button. They are not ready to cross the road. We must press that button and we have to wait. Remember what I said? Pedestrian signs don't always have an amber. They go red to green. And over here, it'll go red to green, and then we can cross. Awesome stuff, guys. Well done. What about this one? What do we think? A little bit of a more opinion here going on. Someone saying no.
Cross or not, guys? Some says not.
Yeah.
Some said yes.
Some say cross. Okay.
Some said cross.
Let me tell you what I see over here. I see someone who has stopped. They are looking. They are also listening, I presume. And they are thinking whether it's time to cross or not. And for me, I have to say that it looks like they are ready to cross. And look, he's holding the grown-up's hand. You hold the grown-up's hand before you cross the road. Awesome stuff. And this one, who's seen this before? What situation is this?
Cross or not, guys? Some says cross.
People saying cross, cross, cross. Of course, this is a lollipop lady, right? And she's to keep you safe from crossing the road. So well done, guys. Okay, we must be quick over here. Road safety requirement number 3. Okay, talk about road safety in 3 different situations, and we're going to do that quickly because I think we're almost running out of time, right, Pastor Herman?
Yep.
So we're going to go. We're going to skip that. Don't worry about that. Okay. Walking around the road by yourself. Okay, sometimes we have to walk by ourselves, or when we're growing up and we're walking to school by ourselves, we need to walk by ourselves. So what are the things that we need to look at? Well, one of them is we have to walk on the pavement. For anyone who's not in the queue, that's the sidewalk or the pavement when it is available. But sometimes the sidewalk is not available. So what do? Well, no matter what country you're on, you have to walk on the side that is against the cars, so you can see the cars while they're coming towards you. You don't want to be walking with the cars coming from behind because you can't see them, right? You can't see them. So always face the cars. Also, you have to be mindful of this of the people that are cycling. There are other people using the roads, right? So you have to be mindful of them. If you get in their way, then they're going to bump you and you're not going to feel too good about it, right? And they're not going to feel too good about hurting you either. So we stay out of their way. Also, if we're walking with someone who is younger, we hold their hand. And if we're walking with someone who is older than us, right, then maybe we should hold their hand as well, especially if it's our mothers and fathers. All right? Awesome. And lastly, just like I'm doing, be bright and be seen. Now, you don't have to go as crazy as this. Okay, this is a bit excessive, I'm going to admit. But especially when we're walking at night, We have to be able to let the cars see us. A lot of you guys will have bikes and they have school bags. They have these little reflector things that look like this, right? And they shine when the cars are going by and the cars can see you. And that's good because they can see you and they don't bump into you, okay? Next thing we have to talk about is cycling. Now, I want you to look at this photo over here. Look at this guy. Look how miserable he looks. Has that ever happened to you guys? It's happened to me a couple of times when I was on my bike. I gotta say, guys, do not be this guy. Make sure you check out your bike before you leave. Do a quick check. Handlebar, cool. Does it have brakes? Good. If you still ride a bike with the stabilizers, you gotta make sure that they're on tight. Okay. And also, very importantly, what's on my head? What's on my head? A helmet, right? Y'all got your helmets? Of course. You never go out on your bike without your helmet, okay? All your protection. So if you fall on the ground, you can protect your head. Awesome, okay? And also, you have to wear your appropriate clothing. Again, a bit excessive. I usually wouldn't take this out. But if you have clothing for cycling, maybe it has some reflectors, you should use that as well so cars can see you, okay? Remember, guys, the stop, look, listen, and thing carries on even when you're on your bike. Be very attentive. Scan the road. Be mindful of people and cars who can't see you, right? And also, something that my instructor told me about 3 years ago when I was learning to drive, if you ever get confused, just follow the other people. Follow the other cars, okay? Don't be going against them on the same road. That's dangerous business, I tell you now, okay? For those of you who are fortunate enough to have horses, I've never been able to properly ride a horse, but maybe you have a horse, okay? You can comment down below if you have a horse, if you've been horse riding. That'll be great. But there are some special things that we have to consider when we're going horse riding. First off, I wouldn't even dream of going horse riding on my own. And I hope you don't either, okay? When you're going horse riding, you go as a group. Make sure you take your people. And yes, someone is commenting helmet. You should always wear a helmet even when you're out horse riding, okay? Also, always scan the road. Look out for the hazards. And remember that you're on a horse. And horses get scared sometimes. So you got to look after yourself. And you got to look after your horse as well, okay? Then you guys can carry around being awesome cowboys and cowgirls, okay? Don't leave the trail. Wear your protective headgear, always, okay? And lastly, when we're looking at adventures and we're walking with our adventurous friends, we must always remember that nothing has changed from when we were walking by ourselves. Stop, look, listen, and think. Even when you're with your friends. Someone once said, we're better when we put our heads together. So let's do that. Let's think better when we're together and be more sensible and not run across the road like I've seen some pathfinders. Sometimes I've seen them running across the road, but adventurers are going to be better. So remember to find safe places to cross and always be sensible on the road and no running across the street. Okay, stop, look, listen, think. And also, a word about seatbelts. Do we know what seatbelts are for? Comment down below if we know what seatbelts are for. This is the last one, last slide. You guys have been great. You can comment in the chat, why do we need to wear a seatbelt?
Why do we need seatbelts, guys? To be secure, somebody said.
Yeah, to be secure. Yep. Okay. Sure. Okay. You know, cars sometimes they go very fast. They go very fast sometimes. And what you don't want to happen is be loose and unsupported when a crash happens. I've had friends who have unfortunately had some pretty serious injuries from car accidents. Yes, someone said not to go through the window. You know, that might sound a bit excessive, but it is true. You do not want to go through the window. So I'm saying over here, whoopsie daisies, okay. Right, if you don't want this to happen, okay, Pathfinders and adventurers, if you do not want this to happen, then you go and be a good little adventurer and you put on your seatbelt.